and welcome back to Intense Crafts, where wings fly free just like our imagination. I'm so sorry. Okay, down baby. I had to take Trixie out and it's pouring down raining and she's soaking wet and she wants to like jump all over me. I'm about that life, little girl. um Again, I'm so very sorry that I've kind of been MIA. And I don't mean to leave you off of like broken promises, like, oh, I'm gonna like post the winners and this and that. I have truly, truly, truly been going through the ringer. You might be sick of hearing me say that, and I apologize, but as sick as you are as hearing me saying that, I'm sick of saying it. Oh my goodness, I'm really, 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 really going through it. I have like a really bad migraine today, so it's like really hurts. Yeah, I'm going through it. The weather has been so crazy, like beyond crazy. It went from summer, like seriously summertime, to where like everybody was like, oh my goodness, I can go jump in the pool right now, to winter. Like, I kid you not, just in a couple hours. It was hot. I mean, steaming hot all day long. The sun was blazing. It was like 70 and rising, and then all of a sudden it switched and went to freezing cold, like below 19, and the wind started blowing like crazy. It knocked our fence down in our yard. We have like a 6-foot fence and it knocked it over. So, well, not the whole thing, but a good old chunk of it down. And then we had like these big old tree limbs, not branches, limbs, like all in the yard. And it was just crazy. I seriously, the way the wind sounded, I was so scared that it was like a tornado. I was like, oh my goodness, we get tornadoes like in the countryside, but not here in the inner city. So I was like, oh my goodness, is this a tornado? And yeah. So now today it's freezing cold, raining, and we're calling for snow later on tonight. So my body is just really going through it. Every time the weather changes like this, I mean, if it changes like nicely, like, from cool to like warm, and then, I'm okay. Like I'm always in constant pain, but it's bearable. Like there's not a day that goes by where I'm not in pain. So I mean, like I said, it's bearable. I can handle it. I can take it. I could do things around the house. Um, whatever. But lately, I mean, this year so far has been so crazy with the weather, and with like, I mean, ever since COVID, really, everything's just been so crazy with me. Like so crazy. I just really been going through it, and not only me, I know so many of you out there have been going through it too, so I truly feel for you. Um, so anyway, I made a few things I'm going to show you right now. I love making purses. I love, love, love making purses. And so with the Cricut, I was thinking like, how can I do best of both worlds? Use my Cricut with my little things that I just learned how to do. How I'd been doing my earrings. How can I like transform that into something with crochet? Because I felt like I was cheating on my crochet. I really did. And like I'm in my craft room, you might notice the chair is different. I rearranged everything. Not everything, but a few things. But it's just crazy. Like I just look at my yarn and I'm like, ooh, it's judging me. It's like, play with me instead of the Cricut. So I was just fooling around one day and I was making like some more of my little earrings. Sorry, yarn fuzz. And then I was like, oh my goodness. I had these wooden templates. They're circular and they were like cut out. I don't have any here with me, but it was like cut out really pretty designs in the middle of it, and I used them for like these little round purses I would make. And you use like t-shirt yarn, or any bulky yarn you would use for these purses that, you know, with the round thing in the middle. And they were so pretty. So I was like, I'm going to do something like that, but with a twist. So my style. So I'll show you the back first. I took the faux leather and um with the faux leather, you get to measure it out how big you want it, how small you want it. So this is the red faux leather right here. And then I crocheted all around it. Um, the Cricut does punch out the little holes, which is great because you don't have to measure, you know, and see, okay, where do you want your holes to be? I mean, you do need to do that on your Cricut, but make a template beforehand. I might try to do like a, if you would like me to try to show you how I do one of these, please comment down below if you're interested, and I could, like, you know, step by step show you how I go about in my crazy mind create one of my creations. Okay, so this is Mosaic Crochet. I'll link down below Tina's link that I use to do this, but yeah, so this is in the round, and I just love how it came out. So you ready for the front? So Betty Boop, isn't it so cute? Okay, so I did right here, this is faux leather. Behind it is a little edge of faux leather too. Well, it's not really faux leather, it's like glittery material, but they call it faux leather. But this is the red faux leather, and this is the glitter material. All around it, I did the Mosaic Crochet. And then for her, I cut out a template of her. So her outline, I cut out in the faux leather. And then I did vinyl. And then I just ironed the vinyl on. And I don't know if, ooh, you can see a little bit right there. Can you see? Right there, when you iron it on, it like infuses it together, and the whole thing will truly feel like leather. Like, it's so cool how it feels. But then I had these little I don't know what they're called. These little thingies, tab thingies. They're for when you do your when you make those hat things. You know, those little oh my goodness, my brain. You were doing so good, brain. I can't believe this. I was doing so good. Those little tabs that you make for your brain, the little tabs you make for your hat, like you can have like a logo on it, or you can have like handmade. This is what you would put on it to snap it to the hat. So I just put them all around because I thought that gave it some bling bling. I had this bee I got from Hobby Lobby. It's a pin, and I knew right away I wanted it for Betty Boop. I have lips, and then I have a lipstick pin as well, but yeah, I didn't put that on. I just thought I didn't need it. So I did the bee, and then there you can see it up close. Okay. So now I'm going to talk a little bit on how I made this. I will show you. Oh, and then I sewed the sides on, put a little faux leather, have the zipper. I just got to line it. I have Betty Boop material. So I'm going to line it with the Betty Boop material. So how I go about making the center. So I just figure out how big I want the circles to be. I do 2-layer circles. As you've seen in the Betty Boop, I did the glitter layer, and then I did the faux leather, the red plain faux leather. So I just figured like how I want it to be. For her, I wanted you to see like a slight of the glitter. So I didn't do a thick, you know, a thick edge around. I just did a little bit so you can like see like a little peekaboo of the glitter behind her. But the main focus is her. So I wanted her to really pop, okay? So then that's how I did that. But, so she's 2 layers of the faux leather of the circle. And then her herself is a layer of a faux leather, and then the vinyl that goes on top, which is multiple layers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors because I did the leather, and then I did the black, and then I did her skin tone, her dress, and then her jewelry, which is gold. And her little sexy little leg band right there, which is gold too. So now to make her sturdy, because you want her to be flat, you know, you don't want the back to be flimsy of the purse. I used, hey, my Bell. Hi. Sorry, my kitty cat came to me. I used, oh my gosh. I just had it. And I'm looking at it right now. Well, I'm looking at it. Oh my goodness. Plastic canvas. There we go. My brain, I tell you. So, now I cut this out by hand, but it does have the option on the Cricut to cut this out. Now you do need, different blades for different things to cut different materials out. So anyway, I cut this out by hand, and this is my Stitch. So for Stitch, I did the same thing, but I cut him out a little bit bigger. What do you want, kitty? So I cut him out a little bit bigger. I did the glitter, and then this is like holographic faux leather. So this is the glitter leather, which is just glitter material. This is the holographic leather, and then him himself, I did the same thing. If you can see there how cool he looks like leather. I cut his outline out. No, don't bite mommy's yarn. You're always biting my yarn. So I cut him out on faux leather, and it was just a plain, it's a Cricut brand. So the Cricut brand brown faux leather. And then what I did was I do the layers of him. Like when you're doing the vinyl layers, you'll have like different layers of everything. So you'll have the black layer, which will be like the outline of all of him. And then you'll do like the top layers, which will be like the white and the blue. So he's like multiple layers of everything. And then you iron it all on, if you have iron on. Now, I didn't use iron on. Some of it was iron on, and some of it was just, hey. No. Let go. What did I tell you? You can't buy mommy's yarn. Silly. So, give me 1 second. I don't love my boy today, I guess. I don't know. It's an emotional day for all of us today in the Hootington's house. So anyway, you can barely see it. Well, there you can a little bit. I did the same mosaic around. I used the bamboo yarn, which I don't really like, but it actually came out really good for the a purse. And then I did the rayon. The rayon is like paper, like it's not paper, but it feels like a bamboo-y paper. So I did that all the way around. Now again, I did the holes on the Cricut, so I got even holes all the way around so I can do my even stitches. So that is how I make it where it's, really durable and good for your bags. I'll get the other side done, which I'll do like a plain blue faux leather, and then I'll do the zipper as well, and then I'll do the chain and add a little zippery thing. I didn't do that to Betty Boop, but I'm going to, like a little zipper tassel. I'll add that. And yeah, I do have this, which I use a lot of the times. It's Ultra Hold Heat and Bond. It makes your fabric like stiffer and is really nice. So I might do this for the inside of the purse to just give it that extra, nice stiffness. You don't want it to be too stiff, but you really want your center to be really good. So the Stitch and the Betty Boop and stuff like that. But I have other ones I'm planning on doing. So stay tuned. They don't take me long to do. It's just if I'm not feeling the best, then it takes me a while to do. Betty Boop I knocked out really, really quickly. And I was going to hop on here and so excited to show everybody. And then I just felt horrible, and then I started just sleeping, and haven't been on and haven't been doing much of anything, honestly. And then yesterday I felt a little bit better because, like I said, it was like summer, and well, actually the day before was like summer, and yesterday I did feel a little bit better. So I was like cleaning the house and making everything nice and cooked. What did I make yesterday? Baked ziti. Made baked ziti for the family, and I was like all happy and doing things. And I mean, it like took a lot out of me, but I was still happy to do it. And then all of a sudden, boom, it starts to rain and pour, and it's freezing cold outside, and they're talking about snow, and I'm like, really? Like, get your life together, Mother Nature. Like, come on, girl. I know menopause is tough, but still, you putting us through it. Oh, am I really going through it? Alrighty, so I did want to talk to you. Oh, my eye. Oh, I did want to talk to you about one thing. So Crochet A, Sandy, at Crochet A Canada, that's her, YouTube. I was like, what page? But that's her YouTube. She also has a Facebook group as well. I think it's the same name. So anyway, she is doing with, I want to say, the Crochet Witch. I know there's witch in it, and I know there's crochet. Oh, I'm so sorry for messing up your name, but I'm going to say the Crochet Witch. I want to. I don't know. But she's doing a movie marquee challenge, and it is so cool. So what you do is, it reminds me of the 3-color challenge. Remember when I did the 3-color challenge? It really reminds me of that, but it's like cooler. So they take a poster, the movie poster. So for this month, it's Sandy's and it's Venom. And so you have to take all the colors that are in that movie poster and create something. It could be an amigurumi. It could be a blanket, a shawl, a sweater, whatever you want. So sorry. Whatever you want it to be, you just have to use the colors that are in the poster. So, of course, my first reaction was going to be, well, my first thought was amigurumi, like, oh, that's going to, because I love amigurumi, and I love, like, doing characters in amigurumi, like, challenging myself to do those, like, my Fraggles and my Muppets and, like, other things that I've done. I love to, like, really get in and, like, do the details. Like, I was thinking of, like, his mouth and the tongue coming out, like, all these things. But I told myself, well, you know what? You're going to challenge yourself a little bit better, because it is a challenge to use all of the colors that are in that poster and create something. So yeah, you can make an amigurumi, but I'm going to, but I'm really going to do something different. So, yeah, you're going to have to wait and see when it's done. I'm going to gather my yarn and work on it little by little and get that done. I'm really excited to see how it comes out. I think the colors are so pretty in that poster. The poster itself is scary, but the movie was great. I really like that movie. But the poster itself is like, but if you look at just the colors, ooh, it's gonna create something gorgeous. So I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to challenge myself in, twisting those colors and making something, and not, doing what I would typically do, like I thought about a purse too, make a purse and then print out Venom's face on it. But I want to do something that's really going to showcase, using just the colors. I am going to do the amigurumi just because I really, really want to, but I really wanted to showcase, just using the colors and how you can take any colors that are thrown your way and make something beautiful. That's what I really wanted to come out of the 3-color challenge when I did that with Mr. Hoot. I really wanted everybody to take from that you don't have to use your typical colors. You can just pick randomly colors, and you might think, oh, that's not going to look right together, but mixing and matching and, doing things differently can make a beautiful creation. To think outside of your box and outside of your comfort zone. My comfort zone is amigurumis and dolls and purses and, things like that. So for this, I'm really going to think outside of my comfort zone and throw myself into something totally different. Something I've done before, but I usually I'm so strict when it's with the colors. Like, kind of not like, oh, well, I guess I am kind of OCD. Like, I like, if I'm using green, I want the green to go the whole way to the end, and then the next color. Like, that's what my problem is with cake yarns. They don't always complete to the end, and it drives me crazy. And I okay, I gotta snip this out and get the color, so it's really hard for me to use cake yarns a lot of the times because of how the colors change drastically. In some cakes, in some of them they don't, which I'm happy about. And it calms my OCD or my crazy down. I'm just gonna say crazy. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't. And then I'm like working on it and I'm like, okay, you're just gonna get through it. You're just gonna get through it. And I'll be like almost done. And I'm like, nope. And I'll frog that whole thing just because I'm that psycho. And it has to match. Like, it has to be perfect. Yeah. You go through that, because oh my goodness, I try so hard to not, you know I try to fight it. Oh, I try to fight it, but it's really hard. That's why sometimes you'll see like yarns that I haven't used yet, because I did a sample and I seen how they came out and I'm like, oh, this is gonna kill me. So like I put it aside and I'm like, you know what, I'll use this another day for something else. Or knitting is a lot different than crochet. I'm going to show you my hat. If you haven't seen it, I made this little owl hat, and this is with the Big Twist Freelance. Sorry, I had to look over there for the name. And this came out, I did not color this. I told myself, you're not coloring this. Um, color control, excuse me. And I didn't. But look how it came out, and this is knitted. So this came out perfectly. Now I did add the pink for the owl itself, but everything else was the freelance cake. And it did this. So I was so happy with this. But crochet, totally different. When I crocheted with this, it came out totally differently. The color control was way off. It didn't, yeah, I liked it. I really liked it. And I did Sandy's hats with it, and oh, I just thought they were gorgeous. And so that settled my like crazy a little bit, but some things just don't. The mandala cakes, excuse me again, the mandala cakes, oh, they get me too crazy. And the carrot, oh, was it the Karen cakes? One of those cakes that I used drove me nuts, because it's like you're using this color for so long, you're like, oh, it's so pretty, and then instead of it gradually like changing, it just boom changes, and it's like, ugh, you can't do that to me. So yeah, so I'm ready. I don't have a cake for what I'm making, so I get to color control a little bit. So I'm gonna you know, feed my crazy, ha ha ha. So I'm excited about that. But other than that, I'm really going to, even if I don't think the colors look right together, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna suck it up, Buttercup, and do it, because the end finale project is probably gonna be gorgeous, and I'm gonna be happy about it. So that's the main thing. Like, even in the beginning, if you don't think it's going to look right, give it a try. Or maybe you got to rearrange your colors, but don't give up. Think outside of your comfort zone and push that crazy out and make it. So that's what I'm definitely going to be challenging myself to do. Pushing that crazy out and letting my brain just settle and go with the flow, because I never just go with the flow, and I need to just go with the flow. You can ask my husband and my kids that. I get so crazy about things, and I don't know why. I don't know who happened. I don't know. You know how you have a traumatic experience that happened to you in your life and things change? Like, I I always organized things, but I was not ever crazy about organized things and stuff like that. And then when my mom passed away, I mean, she was like an organized nut. Like, she liked everything organized and this and that, but she wasn't OCD about it. But she had, like, everything named and everything nice. And then all of a sudden, when she passed away, I just became like this organized nut. Like, oh my goodness, if something's out of place, I will like, who moved that? That needs fixed, and I would have to go over there and put it back where I had it. Like, a little bit OCD, but not too OCD. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to pick on anybody that's OCD or, say anything bad. I'm not at all. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand how I get the way I get sometimes. Like, it's just crazy how all of a sudden I never was like that, and then a traumatic experience happened, and then boom, I'm like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird how your mind works. I don't know. That's for a therapy session, I guess. I guess. But yeah. I was just thinking, like, that is just crazy how things get. Cause I rearranged my shelf. Um, I have like all my faux leathers lined up, my Cricut station that had my sewing machine. Like, I was like rearranging things and, into how I use everything. And right away I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so my mother, like I was just thinking that. And it just blew my mind, like, oh my goodness, that is so true. Like, how all, like, I don't know what I'm saying. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, because sometimes I don't even understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah. So, alrighty, I'm so sorry. I was touching my head a lot and moving a lot, and all of a sudden I feel it. I'm gonna go take some, I don't know, honestly. I take Advil, I take Tylenol. I can't do Excedrin because it tears me up. I have GERD, and GERD is like a really bad acid reflux, and some things just tear me up, man. And yeah, that tears the Excedrin really tears me up. Bear does nothing for me. Bear is supposed to be like really great, and yet it does nothing for me. And Aleve does nothing for me too. It's so crazy how, like, oops, sorry, my little earring piece and the cat's knocked down. How things like, I don't know what to say. How things like work for other people but then don't work for you. And like, you could have symptoms, like I have tons of crap, but one of the main things is like hyperthyroidism. And it you think about hyperthyroidism being like just for thyroids, but it's not. It's so beyond that. It controls your whole entire body, emotions, physical, issues, just so many things it controls. And like, even medications, some medications can work for somebody else perfectly, and then you'll be like, oh yes, give it to me, drug me up, or I don't mean to say that, but when you're going through what you're going through at that time, you're like, give it to me, doc, lay it on me. And then it doesn't work for you, and you're like bawling and crying, like, what works? And you just go through it. So yeah, I'll just take some Tylenol or something, and hopefully it helps. I've never in my life ever had migraines, ever. My mom always had like really bad migraines where she would always have to like black everything out in her room. Like, it had to be like pitch black, and she would have to like lay on her side. And, always. And my sister too. I never had it. I thought I was the lucky one. And then all of a sudden I'm noticing, like, I'm getting these migraines, and take it back. I don't want migraines. It's the worst. I'd rather have my back hurting than my migraine, to be honest with you. At least that I can, like, work around with. This I can't. Because, like, you get dizzy, and then it hurts on one side of your face, which is really weird. And then you lay down and you're like, okay, you're going away. Good. And all of a sudden, nope, I'm back. And you're like, really? So, it's weird. I'm sorry for rambling. Like I said, I haven't been on here in a while, and I haven't been really talking to anybody. I haven't even been on Facebook. My sister goes to Mr. Hoop, well, my husband, where's Jeanette at? Is she okay? And he's like, yeah, she's just been in her own world because she hasn't been feeling good or something. She goes, oh my goodness, I'm about to call the cops or something. I had no clue. Because, like, I'm telling you, like, I talk to my sister at least, like, once a day. I talk to my family members like at least once a day, or Facebook. I'll post, and I don't really post, but I'll post here and there like about an animal or something, or like if I made something I'm really excited about, I'll post. But usually like I comment because I love the comment, and I'm like, if you see me like LOL, I'm truly laughing. Like I don't just LOL, I'm really cracking up. I always laugh. Like my dad. Oh my goodness, what? My husband always picks on me because I'm always laughing, like every little thing causes me giggles because I'm like always cracking up. But anyway, um, I haven't been talking to anybody, so everybody was like worried, like, oh my goodness, where you been? Like, what are you doing? And I just had to tell them, like, seriously, this is just throwing me through the loop. Like, I don't everything like I wanted to do, I just haven't been able to do it. I have zero energy. Like, seriously, I don't even have energy to like go to the bathroom or anything. I did take a shower. I haven't taken showers like crazy because I'm like, come on, wake me up. And I don't know how many showers I can take to help wake me up because it wakes me up for a little bit. And I'm like, yes, I'm energized. And nope. So I don't know. I know this isn't going to be forever. It's just for now. And I just have to, live with it. But some days it really, really stinks, especially when I got so excited for doing things on my channel. Like, there's so much I want to do, and it just feels like I'm giving you guys broken promises. Like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then I don't do it. And I truly don't mean to be that way. I hope you truly know that. I I don't mean to give you guys broken promises at all, or I mean, anything. I do have my boxes to send and stuff. It's just really been tough. Um, it's really been tough. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I cannot wait for spring. I just hope spring is normal. If it goes from like warm to hot, I can handle that. That's fine. It's when it goes from cold to hot, or from burning hot to freezing cold. My body can't handle that at all. It's like it knows. I don't even have to be outside for it to know, like, oh, there's weather changes or something like that. It's just crazy. It's like all of a sudden I'm like, is it hot outside? And Mr. Hoop is like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I knew it. And he goes, why your body's hurting? I'm like, yeah, I just feel really weird today. Or if it's cold outside, the pain is undescribable. And I'm like, it's cold outside, isn't it? He's like, yeah, it's freezing. Because I'm talking to him when he's at work. I'll text him, and he's like, yeah, it's freezing. And I'm like, I knew it. And so, yeah. But alrighty, that's enough of me blabbering on. I'm so sorry. I hope you like my bags I made. Again, if you would like to see like how I go about and do everything, please comment down below that you're interested, and I'll do I'll do a tutorial. I mean, you won't probably see my face because I don't know how to do that yet. Flip it back and forth. But I'll be able to flip it, and you can see like on the computer screen how I measure, how I doing the Cricut and everything like that. Again, I'm not telling you you need to get a Cricut. I'm just showing you the cool things the Cricut can do for all of your crafts, because I'm so excited with my Cricut. When I was younger, like when the Cricut first came out, my mom and I really, really, really wanted a Cricut so badly. Like, we wanted to make cards and everything, but at that time, that's all you could do, like paper. You could do like little papers, or make like scrapbooking thing, like all these scrapbooking. And I just had my daughter Alyssa at the time, and so I was like, oh my goodness, I can scrapbook and do this and do that. And we were all excited about that, but we never got a Cricut. So I can only imagine her now seeing the Cricut and all that it could do. Like, I didn't even know all that it could do. But yeah, I'm blown away with it. I'm truly, truly blown away. um but like I said, if you don't have the money outright, that's fine. You can do Klarna. And when you first sign up to Klarna, I believe you get a 250 limit. So they match 250, and you pay like so much of it. So I think you pay like $25 at the first time or something. I don't know. You're just going to have to, if you want. Alrighty. So again, I'm going to let you go. This time for real. I hope you all are having a hooterific day. I'm going to I'm going to really try next week to be on here more. Even if I'm like looking a hot mess and not feeling the best, I can at least show something. So please force me, okay? Message me and boost me up like, hey girl, get on the video, say hi, and make me do it, okay? Because I won't. I'll tell myself you're too sick, lay your butt down, and then I won't do it. So be like my kids and force me to do things, because that's what they do. They force me to play and they force me to do things, and then even though at that time I didn't want to, but when I do it I feel good. So please force me. Message me, text me, whatever. Force me. I need it. I need a boost. I'm going to tell my kids too to boost mama up, to force me to do it, because I know they will. They don't let me down. If I say boost mama, they do it. So, all right. I am going to go downstairs and see what the kids are up to. Tell Aiden that I love him because he thinks I don't. He's so funny. I mean, it's not funny he thinks that. He doesn't really think that. He does that like, you don't love me, and then I have to go smother him with kisses, and I have to do the same thing to Alyssa because I love them both the same. And I want to make sure they know that. So, alrighty. Let me get out of here. I know I kept saying that over and over again, but I keep feeling like there's something I wanted to say, and then I don't, and then my brain's like going like, yeah, there is, and I'm like, no, it's not, and then later on I'm like, oh, yeah, there was. But alrighty, if there is, I'll just pop that going. So, hootin' out, bye.